the bottom line is she's gonna go on land tomorrow and prove herself.
But first of all, I want to show you guys a compilation of moments that we've pointed out in the past of her gameplay and how suspicious it actually is. So take a look at this run of clips now of Nadia having aim lock onto lower torso whilst VPNing her ass off.
Wait a minute.
No.
I think that guy's doing the thing.
What do you mean?
He's doing the thing. No. The other thing. The thing that we're doing. But he's doing a little bit better. Yeah. But he's doing a little bit better than us, so.
Let me go check out the situation.
Wait, get that thing down
Hey,
there.
I can get you. Oh, that's this stupid ass truck.
Oh my god, our teammates, man. Come with me. Where'd you go? Haley! What? Ooh. You know how to slide cancel or no? You know how to slide cancel or no? You know how to slide cancel or no? Okay, I love that for me. I'm gonna grab this, but
you're losing ground. Move it.
I'm right here.
So now you've seen them, let's take a look at how Nadia performed, where she was actually at a LAN event that was hosted by Activision. COD Next. This is her gameplay. These are her best moments.
Yeah, you can. I didn't even track that. Wait a minute. Should we flank? Wait, these guys are pushing, they're pushing. You think?
Yeah, yep, they're pushing.
Where are they?
On our area that we were just at. Yeah. Like back where nearby. One on the rock here. Off armor. One shot up on the rocks.
Okay.
I'm plating up real quick.
I'm going, where up top? Up top here?
Like to your left. Yeah, you're running in the right direction. He's shooting at me now.
Got it.
Good knock, Nods.
Let's go!
I got another one.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Yo, how's like the volume and everything? Chat, like, let me know if anything needs to down.
Wait, this guy's, okay. This guy was talking to his shot. There's a lot of lag on my screen, or wait, the stream? Nice shorts.
Enemy has released. Friendly UAV on station. Friendly cruise missile approaching target. We've lost the lead. Enemy bomb drone is
It's a big ass map, dude. No, please don't. Interesting. Damn, this guy with the knife, bro.
Her gameplay at that event clearly shows the level she's capable of when she's not in the comfort of her own home using cheats, and she has the audacity to claim to be the best Warzone player in the world. Today we have got Nadia completely messing up on stream. Nadia this time has messed up, like we said, by doxing somebody on stream. A person went into her stream and decided to call her a cheater. They sent a direct donation, and in doing that it actually gave their real name. And what do you do in this situation? Well, Nadia, somebody who has thousands of viewers, you would expect her to maybe just leave it, forget about it, ignore it, I don't know. But instead, in this situation, Nadia decided to dox this person by giving his real name out on stream. Now this was in front of thousands of concurrent viewers while she was live. And in doing that, she didn't only give out his name, she spelt it out, and it's almost as if she wanted people in the chat to know that name. You know, after she claimed to be swatted in the past, you would expect her to be a little bit more understanding about giving somebody's personal details out online to thousands of viewers.
It's $5 or more, because usually people will donate $1 to me and they'll hate. So I just want to say, Daddy Slayer, I know you used your name as Daddy Slayer, and you said enjoy using cheats, but what you don't know is that when you send me money on PayPal, it actually gives me your full name. So thank you for the $1 dono. For whatever reason, you find actual time to do something in your fucking life, because now you look like a fucking idiot. Again. And then space, if anyone wants to know. Thank you for the $1 dono. Appreciate that. That will go towards my McDonald's Happy Meal fund. Appreciate that again, man. Never Too Thick. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that as well.
This is the Deception Detective, and he is going to be breaking down why he believes the swatting that Nadia spoke about was a hoax.
If this is your first time here, I'm the Deception Detective. I'm an attorney who has been trained in statement analysis, and this channel is all about teaching you how to spot liars. Without further ado, let's dig in.
If you guys don't know, I got swatted the other day, and I really want to talk about it. Swatting is a very serious problem in the streaming industry, and I don't think it should be taken lightly, which is why I really want to talk about what happened and how it happened, and just also the extremities of what swatting can do to people. People have died because they've gotten swatted falsely.
This is already very suspicious, and I'll explain why. Think about what you or I would say if we were in Nadia's shoes. Someone called the police on us for no reason, which could have been very dangerous. They know where we live, and they still haven't been caught. We might make a video asking for help to find the criminal who swatted us, or we might not make a video at all because it might impact the police investigation. Nadia doesn't do either of those things. She says she wants to talk about swatting as a problem in the streaming industry in general. It's not at all what we would expect from a victim of a personal attack. I'm on alert already because of that, and we're just getting started. We'll let Nadia's own words, though, guide us to a conclusion.
So a week before the swatting happened, I had an incident occur, and I felt that me and my family were in danger due to that incident.
People don't like to make stuff up. It's very stressful, even for psychopaths. So if they're going to make something up, they'll soften it as much as they
Has he just called Nadia a psychopath?
can. For example, they'll use the passive voice, which takes them out of the story, right? It's easier to lie that way. Nadia is using the passive voice when she says a weekend before the swatting happened. A better statement would be a week before I got swatted, or a week before some jerk swatted me. Why remove herself from the sentence? I suspect it's because she had something to do with the swatting, and we'll look for more evidence of that later. Yet, but a lot of little things can add up to a big picture, and later in this video we'll look at some really obvious mistakes.
So I called the cops and I told them, hey, this happened. Also, I told them who I was, what I do for a living, and just in case anything were to be called in, I just want them to know that this is unfortunately a little bit common in the industry that I'm in, and I just want to give them a head.
Do you know, I'm just going to stop it again. I'm sorry guys, I know you hate it when I pause in, you want it to just run through, but this is me reacting to it, so I'm going to give my reaction as the time goes on. So how many cuts were in that clip? Now I know I've got Tourette's, I twitch a lot, I actually have to cut things out, right, because of embarrassment more than anything, and that's how I feel about it. But when she's cutting this like 4 times through one singular sentence, it makes you wonder how many times she tripped over the words, what she said wrong that she shouldn't have said, that she felt need to be cut out and reworded. Cut, 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 cut. Honestly, pay attention throughout her whole video how many cuts there actually are.
I told them my name, everything.
This is likely all true. As I said before, people don't tell direct lies as much as you might expect. I'm sure that she did call the police. I'm sure she told them someone might call them about her. And I'm sure she told them a lot more than that. She may have even told them, hey, I'm a streamer and people are bullying me online. If someone calls you about me, can you please come to my house so I can show everyone how serious this online harassment is? And why do I think that? When someone uses the word just to downplay what they did, it's a sign that more happened than what they're telling you. When Nadia described her call to the police, she used the word just 3 times. She just wanted them to know that swatting is common, just in case something happened to her, just as a heads up. Because she tried to downplay how important this call was, I know there was a lot more going on. Could this call have been the setup for a hoax? Possibly. Let's keep listening though, because she makes some really obvious mistakes pretty soon here.
2 days ago, I was playing. I heard a loud knock on my door, and also the doorbell kept going off. I was terrified. I didn't know what to do, and my family wasn't home, so I called my dad, and I asked my dad where was he, because sometimes my sister locks herself out, and she knocks really hard. So I was thinking that maybe it could be my sister. I was just really terrified, and I didn't know what to do, so I called.
As I said before, most of this story is probably true. There were probably knocks on her door, and she probably did call her dad. The only part that doesn't make sense here is her being terrified. See, when someone is talking about a high-stress event, there are 2 kinds of emotions. Those that last a short time and those that last a long time. Short-term emotions like surprise happen at the peak of an event, and they only last a moment. After the event, feelings like fear or shock can set in and last for a long time. Talking about being attacked by a dog, they might say that they were surprised or startled when the dog jumped on them, but they wouldn't say they were scared. People don't think about being scared while an event is happening. When Nadia talked about the police knocking on her door, she kept saying she was terrified. This is an out of place, long-term emotion that shows she's making it up. If she said she was surprised or confused by the knocking, that would make more sense. Her being terrified doesn't make sense in the context of her own story. At this point in her story, she only knows that someone is knocking on her door and ringing her doorbell in broad daylight. It could be the Girl Scouts. It could be her sister. And Nadia said herself she thought it might be her sister. At this point, Nadia has no reason to be terrified, which indicates that she's making this part of the story up, right? This emotion is made up. I don't think she was scared because she knew what was going on. I think she had someone call the police on her, and I think she told the police ahead of time so that things would not go wrong. And I'm going to show more evidence of that as we go on.
That's a very valid point as well. She states that her sister always knocks on the door, right? Now, this could be a lie to take away the fact that she didn't really react in a way somebody would if there was loud banging on the door and they were terrified. While she was live on stream and it all occurred. So whilst this was happening live on stream, how did she react truly? So maybe she didn't react terrified, maybe she didn't react scared. So what she's done is she's put in a little white lie about, oh, I thought it could be my sister. That way, that could take away the fact that she didn't really react in a certain manner on her stream because she thought it was her sister, right? Just a little thought.
And my dad told me that they were at the store. I knew it wasn't them, and I was terrified. I genuinely thought somebody was trying to kill me. And yes, it was daylight. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I was still scared.
Right, was she scared or terrified? People pick their words.
And I kept getting phone calls, so I wasn't really answering them. I didn't know what to do, but then I answered it, and it was the police.
Right, was she answering the calls or not answering? Right, these are all small inconsistencies that add up.
They were telling me that I was getting swatted, and I need to come out with my hands up in the air.
I think this part is true, just like a lot of what Nadia says in the video, but she's leaving out context. If the police told her she was being swatted, that means they knew the phone call was fake. So Nadia wasn't actually in danger, since the police knew what was going on. Cops are not dumb. I think they knew it was all a hoax, but they went along with it to help Nadia out. I'm sure that when she called them, and she referred to when she called them earlier, she tried to convince them that she was an innocent victim of the online mob and that her critics would shut up if she got swatted.
When I went outside, I saw like 20 police officers outside looking at me, and they told me that there was a serious threat called in and they needed to come inside.
This is yet another inconsistency. Did the police think it was a swatting or a serious threat? Once again, I think Nadia is partially telling the truth, right? She's telling the truth, but not the whole truth. I suspect that the conversation went something like this. Someone called in a serious threat about you, but we know it's not real. You're getting swatted. We'll send a patrol car by your house just to make sure. Do you mind if the officers come inside? Something like that is probably what actually happened.
So I told them they could come inside. They saw that nothing happened, and they made me write a police report.
You know, Deception Detective believes it was a hoax. I believe it was a hoax, and you can ask anybody else out there who isn't a die-hard fan of Nadia's, and they will tell you it all seems a little bit fishy. A lot fishy, very fishy, as fishy as it can get. It stinks. Let's carry on.
All my information, so whoever this was can be investigated.
This is very concerning, and I'll explain why. Every word in statement analysis means something. There are no similar words. For example, if a child says, "My mom made me play with my friends," we know that the child didn't want to play with his friends. When Nadia says, "The police made me write a police report," we know she didn't want to write a police report. Why? Because she didn't want an investigation. Why? Because I suspect she knows who called 911, and if the police found that out, she'd get in trouble for filing a false report, or her friend, whoever called 911, might get in trouble for making the call. That's my growing suspicion. Let's keep listening though, because it piles up. It gets worse.
I was also very fortunate that one of the police officers actually streamed on Twitch, and they knew what this was and how this happens to other streamers.
All right, what a happy coincidence.
Hey stream, can you at least throw some emotes in the chat for the police? At least a little something, some hype.
I'll tell you now as well, this incident here, this part where the police officer starts like hyping the chat up and asking people to sub to her, that is the biggest trigger ever. Like, many people were instantly like, whoa, this is a hoax, this is fake, something doesn't fit, something isn't right. If you watch any other video of a streamer being swatted, if you know of any other incidents that have occurred where somebody has been swatted, not once, not ever has it gone like this. Not ever has the streamer had the police officer come in, sit beside them and try and hype the chat up.
Hype in the chat, let's go guys.
Stream?
Yeah, we'll talk to y'all in a little bit. She needs 5 more subs to hit that goal. Somebody give her those 5 subs. Come on now. Let's get that hype train going. Let's go. Come on.
Just ask yourself, does this officer have the demeanor of someone who was reporting to the scene of a potential bomb threat or mass murder or whatever the swatter claimed was going on at Nadia's address? As I said before, law enforcement officers are not dumb. They probably knew the whole thing was a hoax off the outset, right? It's pretty obvious.
I do want to say that I know that I was laughing in the video because
Why is she happy the officers were cool about it? You'd think that the victim of a swatting would want the officers to be taking it very seriously and not be jokey about it.
But I do want to say that this is a very serious subject though, and it's not funny to swat people. It's sickening. You know, to do that is really, you know, wanting to wish harm on somebody because people have been harmed.
This kind of admission, and this is an admission, is called an embedded admission. People only have milliseconds to choose the words they're going to use in a sentence, so sometimes the words they choose can tell us a lot. If Nadia, as she claimed, had actually been terrified by this potentially deadly swatting, why wouldn't she count herself among the people who have been harmed by swatting? Why is she talking about those other people who have been harmed and not including herself in that group? Using her own words, she does not place herself in the group of people who have been harmed by swatting. It's another red flag in a Russian parade of red flags. Another form of embedded admission is when we look at tone. When you look at a victim and how they describe their attacker, you can learn a lot. For example, if we were in Nadia's shoes, we'd probably say something like, "the psycho that swatted me," or "the rat who swatted me," or "the soon-to-be-in-prison criminal who swatted me." Nadia referred to the swatter as somebody. No one would expect that. You don't need to be a statement analyst to see something wrong with that. A victim usually doesn't use soft tone about their attacker. So why does Nadia go so easy on the swatter? She knows the person who called 911 on her and doesn't want to get them in trouble, doesn't want to blame them, even with her own words. And she may have done it herself for all I know. I haven't listened to the call. In fact, when I hit the play button again, you'll see she blames the community at large rather than the individual attacker. Those are the priorities of a hoaxer trying to make a point.
Watch the eyebrows.
Not an actual victim. Think of Jesse Smollett or Amber Heard.
And I also do want to say that I am in no way saying that a creator is directly responsible for what has happened. But when you have a community that fosters this type of hatred and harassment, you're fueling this type of hatred.
Right. Real victims do
Straight
not
from the gut.
blame the community or the world at large. They're looking for their attacker.
I've seen a bunch of comments saying that I've deserved this because I'm cheating, because I'm balling, because I have a cronus. And that is nor true or okay.
Just quickly note, it is strange how she stumbles on the word "not." She says, "nor true." As I always say, it's very difficult for people to tell direct lies.
Nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves to be swatted. That was an intent to harm me and my family. Could have ended so badly, and how could that be justified? And I'm not sure where this massive hate rate came from or why it's happening. All I do is play a video game that I really enjoy and stream because I love it. For some reason, that makes people really want to hate me to the point where they want to see me get hurt. And by the way, I'm in no way trying to throw a pity party. I don't really care if you don't like me, but to be swatted is to maliciously harm me and my family, and that's where it crosses the line.
And let me be clear, I think anyone who calls in a swatting should be sent straight to prison. I don't think anyone should be swatting or harassing Nadia in the real world. That said, I don't think Nadia was actually swatted. And if you're wondering why Nadia would stage a swatting, she just revealed the reason to us. She can now lecture people who don't like her from the position of a victim. Unfortunately, in today's society, we give victims a special status. Jesse Smollett and Amber Heard. Nadia said that her haters are to blame for getting swatted, but she doesn't blame the person who did it. This tells me that Nadia did not really get swatted. Real victims of an attack don't give their critics a lecture after the fact. They want to find out who hurt them and punish them, especially if that person's still on the loose, right? This person, as far as what we're told, is still knows where she lives and just did something that could have gotten her killed. In short, I think Nadia faked the swatting to silence her critics.
And we're not accusing the police of being involved in this in any way, but it definitely has a staged hoax vibe to it. The whole thing, from what she says afterwards, and it was perfectly timed so that she could go and place blame on the community who are pointing out how much she's cheating in Call of Duty Warzone. What do you guys think though? Let me know in the comments below. Again guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up for me. It means a lot. It helps boost the video into the algorithm. Give the video a share, and if you are new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos.